All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is Danielle Ronin with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm speaking with Kelly Pietro, who is also known as the Mindful Herbalist. And we're going to talk a little bit today about keeping your energy and emotions healthy during this stressful time. And before Kelly starts speaking, I just want to read a disclaimer for anybody who's tuning in, because this is very important. All of the content that we're going to discuss and on the Mindful Herbalist website, social media sites, and affiliate sites is for educational purposes only. This information has not been evaluated by the FDA. This information is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. How'd I do? Did I disclaim properly?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we have Wendy joining. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. We'll open it up for questions, but I just wanted to give Kelly a good head start on what it means right now to keep energy positively flowing and keeping your mindset positive. What do you have? What do you have to share with us?
So I think what's really interesting right now is we're seeing this dichotomy of both the crown chakra and the root chakra being challenged. And so, when we talk about the root chakra, we're talking about, this chakra governs immunity. It governs our survival instincts, social order. It governs our sense of security and stability and our focus on material possessions. So that all sounds really familiar right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're being called to balance our crown chakras. I don't find it coincidental that this particular illness that we're being faced with right now, being called corona, that word means crown. And so we're talking about the crown chakra, which controls the cerebrum, which is interpretation of sensory information, emotions, which are running really high right now. We're talking about learning, problem solving, motor control, much more. And then, of course, the nervous system is governed by the crown chakra. So, and all of us are feeling like our nervous systems are on edge. So, we've got this really interesting dichotomy of the root chakra and the crown chakra both being challenged. And when I see that, to me, that just screams spiritual awakening on a collective level. And so, we're talking about every single human on the face of this earth is being faced with this challenge. When in history have we ever seen anything like that before? So it's just fascinating to me that we're facing this dichotomy. And so we all are positioned in a way to play our individual roles in part of that awakening process. And the way that we can do that is by addressing both our root and crown chakras, personally and individually balancing them so as to hopefully balance the collective. So how do we balance the root chakra? It's all about staying grounded, staying in our bodies and not letting our emotions kind of carry us away. Preparing meals is a great way to balance the root chakra. And it's funny because when I talk to my friends, we're all complaining like, now I got to prepare 3 meals a day, right? Food is at the center of this. And that's no coincidence. So preparing a meal can be turned into an act of balancing your root chakra, that chopping action. And I know for me, I like to listen to music when I'm preparing a meal. I love Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. They really bring me into my body and make it more of an enjoyable experience. So put on your favorite music and start chopping those vegetables. It's hard to wrap your head around a healthy meal right now, but certainly we have the extra time. So to put a little bit extra.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I was actually speaking to 2 people yesterday, one on keeping physically fit, exercise-wise, and then one on how to maintain healthy eating habits during this time because you're trapped in your house. And so, I know for me, in my house, we're on a Weight Watchers journey, both my husband and I. So we made sure that we stocked up on point-friendly foods. And as we went shopping, it was, I don't want to be stuck in the house with that because I'll eat that. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's about food too and choices. And so continue with.
No, absolutely. And I think, don't worry about interrupting me. I think you're making a great point. exercise is another way that helps bring us into our bodies. So where we often have said, like, I don't have enough time to make, you know, a healthy meal, I don't have enough time to exercise, we're now given that luxury of time. And both of those activities balance our root chakra. And, you know, cooking a healthy meal will also help to increase our immunity. And so the foods that you want to focus on for balancing your root chakra is anything that grows in the earth. Everything grows from the earth, right? All plants, but we're talking about the foods that grow in the earth. We're talking about potatoes and carrots and garlic. Beets are an amazing root chakra balancer. Radishes, so anything that's growing in the earth is really great to incorporate into your meals right now. And you know, for me, potatoes has always been a thing with my Irish heritage, and you know, we keep hearing about like starches, like, you know, go easy on the starches. This is a time, go ahead and indulge in that starch, because it's going to help balance your root chakra.
Well, you can also put the potatoes in an air fryer and make them WW friendly.
There you go. Little tidbits here. I like it. I like it. I don't have an air fryer. I missed that chain, but I think a lot of people do, so that's a great tip. And then certainly there's herbal remedies that can help support the root chakra. You're going to want to look for anything that is helping you with immunity, and also like adaptogens are really great. Adaptogens is a category of herbs that speak to helping the body to adapt to stress. And so we're looking at a lot of root-based remedies. So you're talking about ashwagandha, astragalus, licorice root, maca root, eleuthero, elderberry is a great herbal ally right now, rhodiola, schizandra, and reishi, and even holy basil leaf. Those are all really great herbal allies. And then certainly you can look to flower essences, which are my favorites. And for the more grounding energies, you want to look at tree essences. So you're talking about aspen, pine, oak, larch, beech, and elm. Those are really great herbal allies right now when it comes to flower essences and bringing in those higher vibrations that balance your energy centers. And then certainly any meditation where you're visualizing your roots growing down into the earth is going to help.
And while stores are still open for the time that we're talking right now, where people who may not be as inclined or in tune with the herbs, where natural food stores, where do you find this type of stuff?
Yes, so if you're here in Monroe, you can go to the Common Bond, tell Natalie and Barb that I sent you, and they have a beautiful herbal section where you can buy tinctures and teas. Both Natalie and Barb have studied herbalism with me, actually, and they're very well versed. And they've got loose herbs there, they've got tinctures, they've got teas, all sorts of herbal supplements. So if you're here in Monroe, that's a great place to go.
And that's in Shelton, for people who don't know. The Common Bond is on Huntington Street in Shelton and Huntington Center, across from the gazebo and the green.
Yep, thank you for mentioning that. I forgot to mention that. And then if you're, Whole Foods also has great options. I like the Herb Farm brand. When you're talking about medicinal mushrooms, I love Feral Fungi, which is it's a website. They're based in Oregon. Jason Scott is the owner. You can find him online, and he makes beautiful spagyric tinctures from mushrooms, and he's got a wide variety for immunity and adaptogenic support. But Amazon, Herb Farm is a great brand. Gaia is a great brand. There's tons out there. So can I switch gears to the crown chakra?
Please do.
Okay, so this is more less in your body and more, we're talking about being in your head at this point. The crown chakra, which is right here for all of us. This is all about, you know, we're being asked to go within. We're being asked to self-actualize. We're talking about spirituality and cosmic consciousness. We're looking for peace and harmony on a worldwide level. We're talking about enlightenment and being one with the circadian rhythms of the Earth's energetic field. So we have, you know, the dichotomies of really being in your body and then really kind of being a bit out of your body. So you really have to balance both at the same time, because this is what's being called of all of us. We're asked to stay home. We have more of an opportunity to go within and meditate and have these very personal experiences. So to balance your crown chakra, you're talking about stepping into trust and trusting in the unknown. stepping into flow. So you and I were talking earlier about how, before we started this video, we gave our family a list of rules, like, okay, don't come in here, be quiet, we got an interview. And as I was saying this to my kids, I thought, well, that's not really great for my crown chakra. I need to be okay. And it's funny, you see like the Jimmy Fallons of the world having his show with his daughter like climbing all over him. And, this can be the new normal, and it's certainly acceptable. So it's stepping into that flow. It's also understanding that there's way more going on with this scenario.
It's beyond us.
We can possibly fathom. And so it's appreciating that there's a larger spiritual process at play. And there's a purging going on right now. There's a worldwide reset that's going on right now. There's a worldwide resting that's going on right now. And these are all signs of the crown chakra trying to come into balance. So it's about becoming the observer. And Wendy's smiling because her and I talk about this all the time. It's about noticing your triggers. So we are all getting triggered right now, right? Being locked up in our homes, our families are triggering us. Going on social media, strangers are triggering us. And so going into the stores and fighting over toilet paper, we're all getting triggered, right? So it's about really not engaging in that trigger, but starting to be the observer, remove yourself, feel that trigger come on and say, noticing it before you engage and say, whoa, I'm being triggered right now. And it's about looking inward and saying, what is that trigger showing me? What is it trying to tell me that needs to be healed? And this is where we go within and we do that deep soul searching. And it's making that time to do that. It's pausing before you react. If you do react, it's finding the time afterwards to integrate that experience and step aside from it and say, wow, I did not show my best self right there. What is that saying about me? What needs to be healed? So yeah, it's about really doing that individual healing work. And it's about meditation, prayer, brings the crown chakra into balance, connecting with nature, mantras of I know. So the root chakra is mantras of I have. The crown chakra is mantras of I know. And when you think about these mantras right now, we don't really know what we know, right? There's so much unknown. And then we're at risk of what we have. We see that as evidence in the empty grocery store shelves. Yeah. So to balance both the root and crown, you can walk around your house and say what you do know, say what you do have. And that will be very affirming for yourself and will bring the crown and the root chakra into balance. And then certainly herbs that support the crown chakra. You're looking at nervous system tonics. You're looking at the lemon balms, the milky oats, passion flower, gotu kola, lavender, chamomile, hops.
So drink a lot of beer is what you're saying.
Have a beer, blue butterfly pea flower is one of my favorites, and skullcap as well. And then for flower essences, you're talking about angelica, Queen Anne's lace, you're talking about yarrow, gorse, which brings in more hope, rock rose, rock water for that fluidity, star of Bethlehem to relieve some of the shock, and then lotus for enlightenment. Yeah, so, when we balance our root chakra, we're allowing this source of energy to come up from the earth. If you're not actively balancing your root chakra right now, that earth energy is struggling to travel upward. And then likewise, right now, our crown chakra being balanced, we're not easily accessing that more heavenly divine energy to come down and through. So it's really important that we balance these two energy centers so that those two sources of energy can come up and, come up to the heart where we can have more compassion, come down to the throat where we can communicate effectively, come up to the sacral chakra where our relationships can be in balance and not feel so challenged. So it's really about doing this inner work, connecting with a deeper part of oneself, observing life through a more spiritual lens. And if we each diligently heal ourselves, since we are all part of the collective, we are actually contributing to a collective healing experience. So much like the CDC is asking that we each individually come home and keep ourselves to ourselves, keep all our germs to ourselves, same thing spiritually. Work on yourself, and that will help to heal the collective. And I think if we'll do that, you know, we will see a collective healing a lot faster than is predicted.
That's great. That's great. That's amazing information. And I really appreciate you taking the time to share that with us. I'm going to unmute anybody else who is on. And if you want to have a conversation or ask Kelly questions, by all means, the floor is yours. Hold on, Ashley. I can't unmute you for some reason unless you've muted yourself.
She probably muted herself. I think she said that in the beginning, so she may have muted herself.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Now we can hear you.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Kelly. You did amazing, honey. It was great.
Thanks a lot.
As always.
So, Danielle, Wendy and I run women's circles together. We meet once a month, and we do this inner work together as a group. And so it's really a great opportunity for women to connect in this way and do that inner soul searching and feel supported by other women. It's such a beautiful environment, and Wendy is my partner in that.
Wow, that's amazing. It's nice to meet you, Wendy. I'm curious, what's in your cup, Cal?
Water.
Huh?
Stay hydrated. Stay in the flow.
Just water? Look
Just
at you.
water. Before I was drinking, what I've been doing is I have this vitamin C herbal supplement. It's just vitamin C, but it's got like, you know, it's made from oranges and citrus. And so I do a little spray of that. And then I do a dropper of lemon balm glycerate, which I need. And that's a sweet herbal extract. And then I add seltzer. And that's been my, it's a beautiful citrusy herbal treat, but it's also like feeding my nervous system and my immune system. So that's my go-to these days.
Great. If there any last minute things, any one thing that you want to talk about that you didn't get a chance to say before we conclude, just piece of advice or?
I think something else to look at is yesterday was the spring equinox.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really is kind of like a New Year's do-over. You know, this is a time where we start to plant seeds of intention. It is a physical reset. It's about starting to think about what we want to manifest. You know, we just entered Aries season, and Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, which is all about exploration and going forth with high energy, a positive outlook, and it's all about rebirth. And so to me, it just makes perfect sense that we just passed by a day the spring equinox. Let's enter it with positive, uplifting thoughts that we want to manifest further and hopefully harvest in the fall.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, well, thanks again. It was nice to meet you, Wendy. Ashley, I didn't get to see your face, but hi, how are you? And Kelly will be in touch, and this video will be reposted, and if anybody has any questions for Kelly, I will post her email and you can reach her, but just say your email address anyway.
It is themindfulherbalist@gmail.com.
Perfect, perfect. All right, thanks again, ladies, and stay healthy, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Danielle.
You are welcome.